Okay, so this is Scientolic's engineering conference for uncovering the importance of computer engineering with our guest speaker, Justin Lau. Okay, we can start with the introduction of Scientolic. Scientolic is an organization, is a youth-run nonprofit that aims to introduce intricate scientific concepts in a manner that is fun and comprehensible to teens. We serve as a free resource for students to learn more about science topics. And we also strive for our teenage readers and contributors to be critical thinkers, and we also promote thought-provoking conversations. We also provide a lot of opportunities for students around the world to expand their English ability. And we also provide a lot of volunteer and leadership opportunities for those who want to help others. Justin, do you want to introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a computer engineering student at the University of Waterloo, and I'm just like kind of in the software engineering field. I've done a few internships relating to software engineering and software development, specifically at some companies like SPS Commerce, which does like retail analytics, and a few other companies that focus mainly on virtual reality technology. I also have a YouTube channel called JLaw where I have around 1,000 subscribers and
You want to do
just
the
do a bunch of
parting
tech.
sound?
Pardon?
You can keep going,
Oh,
sorry.
oh, sorry. Yeah, I just have a YouTube channel. I just post tech videos for fun and also videos about Waterloo in general, just for students who are interested in coming to Waterloo and letting them know what it's all about. So yeah.
That's cool. Okay. If you guys have questions, you guys can send them in the chat and we'll go over them later. Okay, so first thing is a little bit about your academics and research. So you said you go to the University of Waterloo. Do you want to expand on that a little? Do you have any research stuff that you've been working on?
Yeah. Well, in terms of research, I haven't really done like any research positions or internships relating to like undergraduate research work, but mainly for like my first co-op at least, it was a little bit of research, doing things relating to virtual reality technology and its use cases, um, with the Canadian government, especially since they're building a new oceanic scientific vessel here at in the Vancouver shipyards area. So yeah, that's mainly like my main experience with research. And in terms of academics, um, like the courses here at Waterloo, of course, are very like academically rigorous, and I've got my fair share of like experience with a few computer engineering courses and just like delving deep into some like concepts relating to like electricity magnetism, some circuit design, and microprocessor design as well. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so for our first question, it's really what is the focus of your career and just a brief overview about what computer engineering really is.
Yeah. So, well, the focus of my career, especially with computer engineering, it can really vary depending on what you're interested in. For me specifically, I chose to kind of delve deep into software engineering related work. But if you're studying computer engineering, you can actually delve deep into a variety of different fields, including software engineering, hardware engineering, firmware development, embedded design, and a bunch of other things. So it's a very broad field. And depending on what you're interested in, especially through the six co-ops that you take at Waterloo, you can kind of uh, see what you're kind of interested in, what you're not really interested in, and then just kind of pick and choose which career path you want to go through. That's kind of related to computer engineering. And computer engineering itself is it's really like a combination of like a bunch of different disciplines. It's like a mix of software engineering related with electrical engineering, as well as um, maybe even a little bit of like embedded work. Well, like I guess like the main thing that it focuses on is like chip design and stuff like that. So so I guess that's like the sole focus of computer engineering, really designing different components of computers themselves and learning the technology behind that.
It's really interesting because I don't know a single thing about computer engineering. Okay. So the next question is that were there any like really important changes in computer engineering that like you've seen or witnessed in like the past several years or decades? I know that like with AI, there's a bunch of changes going on. So
Yeah, well, recently there's been a significantly higher demand for computer engineers, especially with the rise of AI, because um, like with NVIDIA, there's been like a really big need for people to make faster chips and graphics cards and processors that are able to train like these new AI models and everything like that. So there's been a higher demand for computer engineering, especially, and I think there's definitely been like a shift in like what we focus on in the courses as well, with Waterloo at least implementing a bunch of like AI related courses and really putting more emphasis on our like microprocessor design courses, as opposed to like the more like conceptually heavy courses that relate more to like electrical engineering related things. So it's there's been like a change, maybe like a pivot more towards like kind of like chip design and that technology behind that in the most recent years. And in general, like I've noticed like there's been a lot of demand for computer engineering students from like companies like Tesla as well, because they also, do a lot of AI work. So I know it's like Tesla hired a bunch of students from my class as well, as well as NVIDIA. So yeah.
that's really interesting. Um, do you like what does your typical workday look like? I know you're a student, so probably have like a lot of classes. Do you want to like explain a little bit about what your schedule looks like?
Yeah, sure. In terms of schedule, at least in second year, it's actually not too bad. There's not too many courses that I have to like go to class for. It's mainly a lot of work dealing with labs and a lot of the workload comes from just trying to do labs that deal with programming and some labs that deal with chip design and stuff like that. And in terms of like my workday during a work term, which is like where I do my internships, it's also very like it's more like the relaxing side of things, because when you go to Waterloo, you don't really actually have a summer break. You actually just like go straight to work. So in terms of that, it's still pretty relaxing. Like you do your typical like 9 to 5, but if you're doing like software engineering related work, especially if you're remote, then you don't have to sit in front of the computer the entire day. If you're super efficient with your work, then you can probably get your work done in like 3 hours and then I don't know, relax for the rest of the day. So yeah.
How is it like finding internships? Like, how's your internship going?
Yeah, it's honestly pretty tough finding an internship, especially nowadays. Like I know a bunch of my friends, like I've been having difficulty finding internships. For me, personally, like I just took a return offer from the previous company I did an internship at. But I know like most people at Waterloo are like struggling pretty hard to find jobs, because like the current tech market right now isn't doing too bad, and like the overall economy as well. So yeah, like most people are having difficulty finding internships.
Yeah, that's really different for me because I don't do computer engineering, but the internship that I'm working at right now, we do like human resources stuff, and I'm doing marketing, and I guess that market is really different compared to what's going on in like the computer engineering world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what might be like the biggest thing, the one of the biggest reasons for like the difficulty in finding jobs has been that over COVID, I think like a lot of tech companies overhired, and there was also like over COVID, a huge like a lot of people saw like these companies were paying like insane amount of salaries. So then a lot of students went into studying computer science and all these degrees related to software engineering. And then now like all these companies are doing layoffs, and there's so many new grads and new students going into this field. So it's just become super oversaturated and difficult to find a position. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like incoming freshman students, like they're already finding internships for like their next year, like their sophomore break or their senior junior break. And I don't know, it's really tough because I'm not even in college yet. So I don't want to like think about what it's like for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Our next question is what are like some of the biggest challenges that you've had to go through because of like pursuing computer engineering and stuff?
I think personally, apart from the job search, the biggest challenge in computer engineering is just like the course load. and it's just specific courses that you have to take in computer engineering. Some of the courses are just really, really conceptually difficult, like electricity and magnetism. It's just very conceptually difficult, and some courses with like circuits and even microprocessor design. Some of those courses can just be like very, very difficult. They're very conceptually heavy, and I don't know, a lot of people struggle with it, and even me, like I struggled with trying to understand like electricity and magnetism because it's just very, very difficult. Yeah, it's just like
Like
super, like some
physics?
concepts are super abstract. Yeah, yeah,
Like
physics.
physics? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so bad at physics.
yeah, like so those courses are just very, very like difficult. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around those sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Alright. And then wait, how did your like I mean, your challenges were part of your education, but how did you like really like overcome those challenges, I guess? Like, maybe like study groups or like I don't know.
Yeah, I think for me, what helped me the most for at least preparing for like these courses is was just getting into a good study group, surrounding myself with a bunch of other really motivated students who are also very academically focused. And sometimes they would be able to explain some of these concepts to me. And then I would also be able to explain some other concepts that I would be able to find a bit easier to them. And I guess that really helped overall for a lot of these courses, especially for physics. And I think what also helped me a lot, and it's some like really important thing that I learned in first year was that like I before in high school I just focused on just trying to like make sure like I just did the problems themselves. But in university, it's more about trying to actually like make sure that you really understand the concepts themselves and make sure that you understand all the math behind it and everything behind all of those concepts so that like because when you get to the exam sometimes they'll test you on like your understanding more so than just being able to solve a bunch of problems that they give you on a worksheet or something like that. So so yeah, I think that those few things really were like the key to overcoming those courses. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And also, did you like ever like reach out to your professors or like how was that like?
Yeah, so a lot of professors offer office hours, which is like kind of like a little opportunity for you to go to like a it's like a mini like like go to their office or like they'll have like a small classroom where you can ask them as many questions as you want, and there'll be maybe a few other students there. But it's a great opportunity if you really do need help. You can always go to those office hours and the professors will try their best to help you. Or you can also reach out to your teaching assistants that you have in your classes and they'll try their best to help you as well.
Yeah, that's really helpful. I'm pretty sure like most of our viewers are like high school students, so I'm sure office hours during college will be, super useful.
Yeah, for sure. Uh,
Yeah. Were there any like extracurricular activities you did that helped, I guess, your internship or your career in computer engineering?
yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest things was just like trying to do software projects for fun with my friends. And that really helped me gain experience with a bunch of different software tools and technology that would eventually lead me to do my first internship. And I guess it was kind of like a snowball effect where like just being able to do my first internship, I gained enough experience that kind of like went on to pass over to my second internship because it was like similar technology that they use. So that really helped me with getting my second internship. Also, like I guess recently I've been doing a few other design teams relating to software engineering work, and um, as well as just doing some other software projects with a bunch of other content creator friends of mine, and just doing that for fun. Just trying to learn overall in general. Yeah,
Yeah. So this was in college, right? Was there anything in like
yeah,
high school that you did? Like that helps.
yes. Yeah, so in high school I did like one software engineering internship at a health tech startup, and that was I think a pivotal role in kind of helping me getting into Waterloo computer engineering. I just kind of got like a bit of hands-on experience with software engineering work for the first time and got to see how like a startup environment really is, and got to see like if that was something I really liked myself. In terms of other things, for extracurricular activities, like I helped organize some hackathons with some friends and partook in some hackathons with some friends, and that can help me gain some software engineering related experience. And yeah, like I did like a few other like leadership council experiences and everything like that. And I guess that kind of helped me more so with not just like the tech related stuff in career engineering, but more about like my communication and ability to kind of work in the workplace. Like, yeah, because communication is always key. And
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. 'Cause I always have trouble communicating with like my teachers and other students. So I've been really trying to like improve my communication skills, which is why like I'm like a part of like Model UN and like stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm. Okay, so like in 10 years or so, or like just anytime in the future, do you think computer engineering is going to change? Obviously there's AI and just like what do you think it's going to look like in that in that time?
yeah, I think especially in the future, I think there's going to be a higher demand for computer engineering students, especially with the shift to AI. There's definitely going to be a push to try to build more like chips and everything like that. And I think as America starts like opening up more factories as well for chip manufacturing, that there's going to be a significantly higher demand for a lot of these like, computer engineering students in the future. And I think there's definitely going to be a shift as well for like in terms of courses, a higher emphasis on chip design as well as like AI related work um, yeah, for the courses. So I think there's definitely going to be like a pivot away from like courses that are very conceptually heavy but not really related to computer engineering work and shift more to courses that are actually more applicable to the field itself and like chip design and stuff like that. So rather than like conceptually heavy stuff, more stuff that will help students get that hands-on experience and really understand all the things that we really need for the future in terms of like chip design as well as technology.
Yeah, definitely. Like what do you also think about like the workforce in 10 years? Like, I don't know, maybe finding internships will be harder or it would be easier. Just your opinions on that.
It's really a tough one. I've really had that conversation with a lot of friends before as well. And I think at least for computer engineering, I think computer engineering should be safe because um as you go lower level for like technology, your degree and your job becomes more safe and secure because it like there's less risk for it to be like automated away. But you know, I'm not too sure with that as well because like I know a lot of people in like AMD and a lot of like the chip manufacturing companies, like a lot of the hardware engineers as well, their work is still being automated away even with AI. And a lot of people thought it would be like the opposite with like that being like the most secure. But you know, all these companies are finding ways to automate a lot of the work, cut down their expenses, and just gain more profits. So I'm not too sure. It's a bit scary, but like at the end of the day, like we're always going to need computer engineers. So hopefully it's going to be okay. So yeah,
Okay. And that was really insightful because hopefully you know when I'm in like college in 10 years or like past that, the workforce would be similar to today, but um I just hope it wouldn't get more difficult to like find a job or whatever. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
then
Like it's just scary to think about, right? Like you finished the degree, like you went through all that pain, and then like
yeah.
they just find an easy way to automate it. So yeah, I think a lot of people, not even just in computer engineering or even engineering, like especially in a lot of fields, they're scared of like their work being automated away. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the business field. Like if you're doing like a like being economist or whatever, I don't know what the economy is gonna look like in 10 years, but I don't know, it might be an unstable choice.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then our next question is what advice do you have for those who want to like pursue computer engineering, like advice for like high school students?
I think my biggest piece of advice that I could give is try to get some hands-on experience with hardware design and like hardware development before you get into the degree and kind of get your hands on with like learning about like designing different or like kind of see how like chips work and like also how like maybe your coursework would be like with doing like circuits and stuff like that. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that some of the courses that you take, especially with like hardware design and chip design, very difficult to make it through those courses. So try to get some hands-on experience with designing like some hardware, like maybe getting your hands on with Arduino and Raspberry Pi, some sort of technology that would be very hands-on. So yeah, try to
Definitely.
join some hackathons, get some hands-on experience, learn with your friends and stuff like that. Yeah, just see what it's all about before like trying to do a degree really focusing on computer engineering, because at the end of the day you might not know if you like software engineering more or computer science more. So yeah, try to get as much experience as possible.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Do you have like any like suggestions on like where to find those opportunities? I know you said like meet up with friends and that's definitely really convenient. Are there any more like professional opportunities that you suggest or anything? Sorry, you're kind of lagging.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I think I'm lagging a bit because connection is a bit bad out here. Sorry, I just have to take a bus and visiting Amazon. Uh, um, all right. Sorry.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
Suggestions on like getting hands-on experience with like hardware or question like getting hands experience with like hardware or
Just like
sorry.
where to find those opportunities.
Okay, yeah. Like you could definitely go on there's some a website called DevPost can where students can find um where students can find like hackathons and like opportunity to work with like hardware technology and stuff like that. So like hackathons are pretty much events where you can um like work with a bunch of people for 48 hours and just make like a project. So that'd be a great opportunity, especially for high school students to really get experience with some hardware, as well as there's also I think like on YouTube and, and trying to buy some like kits on like Amazon with like Raspberry Pis and Arduinos. Those are just wait, sorry, did I cut off or hello?
Yeah, you cut out. Sorry.
Oh shoot, sorry.
You
All
were
right,
talking
yeah,
about yeah, you were talking about like a website you can go on to
yeah.
find like those opportunities. Yeah.
So a great website is DevPost. That's a website where you can get some hands-on experience, or you can find a bunch of hackathons to get some hands-on experience with hardware.
Mhm.
Another great resource is just like going on YouTube and just following some tutorials, especially um, like with like Arduinos and stuff like that. And then like you can just buy a bunch of like those kits on Amazon and then just follow those tutorials, and that'd be like a great experience, I guess. And if you just see your high school as well, like if you have a bunch of computer engineering courses, then it'd be a great opportunity for you to like just get some experience easily. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And then our next question is, like, in your opinion, like, what skills do you think is like super important for your role? Maybe some like organizational skills or responsibility, definitely, probably. You want to like expand on that a little more?
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest skills that you need to succeed in computer engineering, or like I guess software engineering, is like taking initiative, as well as being someone who's like always curious and willing to learn, because it's really a field that you're always that requires you to always be learning and learning new things, and you're gonna have to have that passion and kind of like that fire to like learn new things. And you also have to kind of be like a problem solver as well, because at the end of the day, like with your job, what you have to do is just like you'll be assigned like a lot of like software tasks that you have to like implement. So you have to be really good at solving problems and coming up with solutions really quickly. So if you're a quick thinker and someone who really likes learning, then I guess it's a great career path to follow. Yeah.
Definitely. And I know you talked about like communication earlier. Just obviously communication is key. You want to like talk more about that too?
Yeah, for sure. Communication is also really important, especially because you're working with a bunch of other engineers on your team. So if you're able to communicate effectively, then it makes the work lot easier. Um, and also just being able to communicate with your clients to really understand what problems they have and just being able to understand like what specific solution you need to implement. It really helps with the work that you do. So yeah.
And then question 10, which is our last question. What do you think is like your most like your biggest accomplishment or like the moment that you had the most fun with in computer engineering?
Hmm. Yeah. It'd be hard to like pinpoint uh one accomplishment, but if I could say one really big accomplishment, enjoyable moment in my field, I'd have to say like probably just doing my first internship and kind of seeing like my work actually being used by like some like legit like big clients. That was pretty cool. And like being able to join like some meetings with like some like I don't know, like sometimes like there were like some meetings in my first club at least with like the Canadian government. I found that to be pretty cool. Uh, being able to see like the impact that my first internship had and the work that it had on with the Canadian government in the Navy. I think that's probably one of the biggest accomplishments. Um, of course, just being able to like get this far in computer engineering, it's like some of the courses are already just so difficult. So, so yeah, I'm just really, I guess, proud of myself for being able to make it through so far. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If I had to take physics classes, I would also be really, stressed out and but I'd be like glad that I'd be getting through them. Mhm. Okay. So we're gonna open up
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
chat.
sure.
Yeah, we're gonna open the chat for like any live Q&A. I do have some questions myself that I'm curious about, but if like the participants wants to ask any questions, you guys can put it in the chat. Okay, so like one question I'm like kind of interested about is that I know you still have like a few years before you graduate. I'm guessing that's like 2 years or so, right? And
Yeah.
assuming you're doing 4 years, yeah. So, do you have any plans on what you're doing after you graduate, after you get your degree?
Well, like I have a goal in mind of going to the United States to work as an engineer. And
Mhm.
I feel like that's like a really common goal that a lot of other Waterloo students have as well. Like there's this whole notion of like Cali or bus, where like a lot of students they really want to make it to like California, and work as an engineer there. So I kind of have like a similar goal as well as like a bunch of other students here, and I really want to go to California. So, yeah,
Is it like a Silicon Valley kind of thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You want to make it to the Bay Area, work there as an engineer and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Or do you have like any other like study abroad like dreams or maybe like a dream company that you want to like get hired to?
I think for me, maybe like a dream company could be like Roblox. I really love like playing like Roblox games and stuff like that. So, uh, I guess working there would also be really fun, but it's really competitive to get a job there. So yeah, and like foreign exchange, I guess like I really want to try doing like exchange in like a country in Asia, maybe like South Korea or Japan or going to like Hong Kong where my family's from. So yeah, maybe doing something like that would be fun.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Personally, I mean, I'm still in high school, but and I haven't really thought about what my future is going to be like. But I am pursuing business, so hopefully, in the future I can like start up my own business or whatever, and also like help other people with like human resources and stuff.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, and as long as you're doing something that you're super passionate about, then I feel like that's all that really matters at the end of the day, because it's really your own life. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Um, okay, so assuming that no one else has any questions, we're gonna like kind of wrap
Oh,
this up.
someone has a question that they directly messaged me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Alex asked, how and when did you discover this passion? So for me, like I think it must have been like sometime in high school where like so I did like a science and technology program at my high school, and we had some really nice computer engineering courses
Mhm.
and grade 11 and 12. And I think just doing those courses really helped me um kind of like get some good enough experience to the point where I was like, all right, yeah, like computer engineering is pretty cool. And I think I'm pretty passionate about this stuff. And it seems pretty interesting. So I was like, all right, yeah, maybe I'll pursue a degree in this and see where it goes. So yeah, I guess in high school, like grade 11 was where I really developed this passion for engineering. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Um, well, actually, I kind of do have another question. You said you wanted to work at Roblox. Um,
Yeah.
I literally just played Roblox last night. So,
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
do you have like a specific role you want to work for? Like, I know there's obviously probably like so many roles at Roblox. So, like,
Um, I don't even know. Like, there's so many roles that
sorry, you're
as
cutting
a
out.
full-time software engineer.
Wait, you
Oh,
cut out.
sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Um, I don't even know. Like, there's so many roles at Roblox. So, like, you could work as like as a software engineer making the games for Roblox, and they'll literally pay you for that. Or like, you could work on like their like iOS team, making apps and stuff like that, or like a bunch of other things. I think the coolest thing for me would be like if I worked at like making games for them, but realistically, I think it would have to be something with like because I do a lot of stuff relating to like in software engineering. There's something called like backend development, which is stuff like it's kind of like in the background of like when you go on a website or something like that.
Mhm.
So like I'd probably be doing something related to that, where it's like going on the backend team, like working with like the website functionality and stuff like that. Maybe yeah. So I don't think
Yeah.
too cool, but
Have you tried working with like Roblox Studios before? Like on your own,
yeah, I
just for
have.
fun?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. And it was fun, but like it was like harder than I thought because I was like, oh man, like I thought it's like a Roblox. It's like Roblox. Like it's like a game for like kids. I didn't expect it to be like have like actually like you actually need to like know how to code and stuff like that to make these games. So that oh yeah, like that's actually like how I first like got like experience of like software development to really. I was just like trying to make Roblox games. So yeah.
Well, that's really cool 'cause I've never opened up Roblox Studios before, so
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like coding or whatever. But I'm sure it's really difficult, and I'm just glad that I don't have to, I don't have that role.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there's no other questions, right? You didn't receive any other questions?
No. I think that's all from everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. So this is our new engineering magazine, which is on our website. Basically, we have like a bunch of engineering organizations that came together, and basically they just talk a little about the different kinds of engineering and how I guess they're impacting society today. This is Scientolic's social medias. So here's our website, our Instagram, and our email address. And if you want to work with Scientolic, in the future, you can join as a team member. I'm on the outreach team, and I have some friends who are on the art team and stuff. You can also submit some articles, and they'll be featured in our magazine and our blog. And then you can also join our mailing list, where you have a bunch of different like articles or updates sent to your mailbox. For our engineering conference, these are the people we're partnering with. This conference. I actually just had a conference with breakthroughs in engineering the other day, which was really fun. And I guess that's it. Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, thank you, Justin, for being here. We've had a few hosts that didn't show up, so
Oh
yeah,
wow.
thank you so much.
Dang. Well, yeah, no problem. Yeah, sorry, like I'm kind of like in Vancouver right now, going to Seattle, so yeah, but you know, I'm glad I could help contribute to this conference. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna end the call then.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
All
See
right,
you,
bye.
everyone.